Hey, this is Paul, and today I'm going to show you how to root dragon fruit cuttings. As you can see, I've done it thousands of times, and it's one of my favorite things to do. So during the summer, you want a different strategy, and that's going to be using soil. In fact, this is Sunshine Mix number 4, and that's what I recommend using. Now, you can use a rooting hormone as well, or I really like using Vermistera's Vitality, but honestly, it's optional. This time of year with our summer right now, in the middle of the growing season, you can take a young or old cutting and just stick it in here. Whether you put on that rooting hormone or not, this thing's gonna root in no time. So what you wanna do is very carefully, especially with this Hyloceras broxensis here, it's very, very sharp spines here. What you wanna do is you wanna carefully tie it on with planter's tape to a post. I like to use these bamboo posts because we grow lots of different types of bamboo, but just about anything would do that's not metal, so it doesn't want to transfer too much heat. Now the key is when I root these is I always stick the node graft right barely into the soil dry, and then I water it really heavily. So again, you don't want to go too deep, just slightly in there, just like that. That's what I like to do. And I'll tie it again. And this thing will root in just about a month using Sunshine Mix number 4. And what I mean by rooting, it's gonna have this whole 1 gallon pot full of roots. So young cutting, old cutting, it doesn't matter. Here's another one I'll show you that I like to root. Here's a nice, beautiful, large Hana. And this one's a bit on the younger side. So what I did for this one, I had a little bit different strategy. As if you can see, I broke the tip off yesterday. So I cut this, it's a node graft, or a node cut, excuse me, and those are my preference. They will root a little bit less quickly than, say, a horizontal cut that you let callus over, but in the long term I've noticed that these node cuts like this one, they tend to rot less. So it will root less prolifically, but the benefit of a node cut over a flesh cut is going to be that, in my experience, they rot less often. So I prefer a node cut just like this one. And again, barely stick it into that dry soil. And then I'm going to water this really, really well. And that's all I use is Sunshine Mix number 4 in this hot house that you can see here. This is UV protected. It's over 100 degrees in here. It's really hot right now. Don't get me wrong, and it's in the shade. But they love this high heat, and they do not like sun. In other words, the worst thing you could do with a cutting like this is go put it out in the sun. This thing's gonna get sunburned in one day, and you're gonna kill this beautiful cutting, especially because some of these are so expensive nowadays. You gotta be really careful with when you're rooting them. So here's an example. Look at this one. This is Gray Panama. It's a younger cutting. I rooted it a month ago in here, and look at that. So we've done some other videos on our potting soil and rooting strategies here, but this is how I do it, and I've done it again and again. Look at all of these. And I've been 100% successfully doing it this way. So no rot. I mean, look at this little Sunta 5 Paco. It's even got a flower bud. So this time of year, this is the #1 way I like to do it. Young, old, small cuttings, it doesn't matter. I broke off this little Queen Daenerys, look at that, and look at the roots. I mean, look at that little plant. So this is the most successful way I've ever been able to root dragon fruit this year. This has changed everything in my humble opinion. I really hope you guys give it a try because it's working out awesome for us. Now, please give us a like and a subscribe because this will not work in the winter time. I have a new strategy I'm going to share this winter on how you can root these beautiful cuttings all winter long. So give us a like, subscribe, and we'll share that video this fall. All right, take care.